we're gonna try to do some TypeScript and React coding today. We're gonna try to continue what we did the other day. So this time, I hope this is big enough to see the code. So what we were building, it is this thing. It's basically a zip viewer. Well, this doesn't really tell much at this point. What we want to do is to create a zip viewer for the browser. So actually, I think I have here this. I think I can put it here. Yeah. And that's just like some demo files that we can play around. And I think I had another one, this one, so just to have a couple. Yeah, so those are gonna be our two test files, right? So maybe I can show you what we did so far. The other day we were trying to use a different library. I believe it was called zip. How was it called? ZipFS. So I think it was. Actually, I can just have a look in here, probably. Yeah, so we're using ZipES the other day for the parsing, but I realized that it wasn't very easy to integrate with modern like JavaScript project or TypeScript. So eventually I tried to convert it into TypeScript, so it kind of ended up working, but later I found out some problems by the time to publish it to NPM, because it's actually using some workers internally, so it wasn't the best. So later I was doing a bit more research, and I actually found this other library. So GSZip, which actually it even has. Well, is this one? No, I'm confused. I think ZipES. Yeah. So sorry again. So this is the library I was using before, and yeah, but later I realized that this library actually works better for our use case, and it actually has types. So this is pretty handy. This means when we require it from our app, we actually have TypeScript definitions for them. So this is really, really helpful because we know what the contracts are. Yeah, so oops, I don't want that. So far, I was just creating this wrapper. I call it this. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I just had this already in place, so I'm just gonna explain what is it doing at this point. So it's just taking a file as an input and it's going to return an entry. Entry is this class, we will see in a second. And here is actually what the library is doing. So this is giving you the zip, and later we create an entry. Entry, you can think about it as a file. So each of the files in the zip. So for instance, in this guy, if I just open it, there will be two files, right? So each of those will be a zip entry, right? So yeah, I can go ahead and just show you what I was trying. The goal for today would be to list all the files of the zip in the browser and actually try to render them. So, you know, if it's an image, we can use an image tag. If it's a video, we can use a video tag. I think we'll be happy for now. I was also using this other library, MIME, which is also pretty cool. GitHub. yeah, it's basically giving you the MIME type based on, well, they have like different utilities, but the one I was using is get type. So it gives you the type based on the file name, which it's not ideal because the MIME type is actually can be something different than the file name. But at this point, it's everything we have because I was trying to get it from the blob itself, but it was empty. So we're trying the best at this point. Okay, so I just have this server running. Yeah, so far it's very simple. I just have this input, and when I pick something, let's do this. We're trying to, yeah, render something at this point. So at this point, all I'm trying to do is unchanged, right? So this input that I just showed you before, we have this unchanged callback. We're getting, yeah, I need to type this properly. At this point, I was just getting the first file, and I'm setting, I'm rendering the file, and I'm setting the contents. So later, I was just trying to render the entry names, so each of the file names at this point. Okay. Entry content, right. Okay, so let me just debug this. Entries, let's just say entries promise for now, so we can actually see what this is. And we can try now. Actually, I'm just gonna remove this. Oops, not that. Entries, okay. Right, so we actually have, yeah, we have it here. I think I'm just making a mistake. I have these render entries, but I'm actually not using it. So if I just go ahead and I do this, I think that should do it. Yeah, and we can actually maybe wrap this into another div. So we'll do something like entries, content, this, and here we can do, yep. Cool, so I think at this point we will be able to render the file names. Yep, so those are the files. That is cool. And I think right now we also have the type. So I guess I'm just thinking in terms of the API, what can this be for the consumer? Handy, because I want, pretty much what I want to do is something like, so let's say like entry preview. So I would like to do something like entry type video. So I can do, I can just render a video. Otherwise, I can render an image. Right? And I can just pass the preview. For now, we like to do something like maybe like entry get preview. Yeah, and the same here. So we can actually call it like maybe source. Yeah, so this method doesn't exist yet, so we're gonna need to build it. right? Yeah, so this would be something like that for now. Yeah, we can actually do something like render preview, so we can move this in there. We can pass the entry. So entry is gonna be, so that's the beauty. We can just go ahead and I believe that was entry content. Yeah, so you can see preview, render preview for entry. Yeah, so now we can just go ahead and do something like so get preview. This is gonna return okay, I guess this is gonna be a function that returns a string. So right now I'm just doing it in line here. So I think this is where it's gonna be this block. Yeah, I guess we can just keep adding a lot of to-dos so we can do this in the future. So I guess we can actually extract this to a class or something. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, I think this will be giving me a preview. Yeah, but the problem right now is that type is actually just this thing. So it's video QuickTime. So it's not really like a smart kind of type. It's just the MIME type. So I think to be more correct, we should call this MIME type. MIME type. Type. We can do I don't know, get type from MIME type, and we're gonna pass the MIME type. So this is a string. Type, we can call it entry or file type maybe. And it's gonna be, oops, yeah, something like image or video for now. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and create this as well. Guess we can just put it here for now. Oops. So we just want to do something like, actually, yeah, because this can be undone. Is this the right way of writing this? Yes. Okay, so I guess the return type of this is gonna be a file type. No, right, okay. So we can just go ahead and do MIME type. We can do case, no, actually, what we want to do. I guess what we want to do is something like, so let's think about the video one, right? We want to do index of video equals 0, right? I think that should be the logic, actually. Okay, so let's try something more like that. Cool, so MIME type index of, oops, no, video equal equals 0. We're gonna do video, otherwise we're gonna do unknown. Yep. Right, so okay, let me just okay, yeah, actually this is what we want. So if it's video, otherwise we can wrap this into another one. It's gonna get a bit ugly, but we can refactor it later. Index of image. Equals 0. This, oops. Cool. Yeah, so if it's it contains video, actually I think we can even do a starts with, yeah, I think that's cleaner actually. Starts with, yeah, just to get a bit cleaner. Okay, right, so let's just see what is this happening. It is complaining here. Yeah, okay, well, let's go ahead and just try. Well, what's the current state? Okay, so that we got something. Yeah, I think, yeah, we might want to style this a little bit for now. And yeah, so actually we also need the controls because we want to be able to play it. I think we don't need this anymore. Yeah, we can actually go ahead and style, like, we can code it. How can we code it? I mean, so just thinking about how do we want to style this at this point. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe about having some sort of menu where you have the files, and later based on which file you click, you have like a preview. Yeah, I think we can do that. Doesn't really matter that much at this point. Yeah, let's just make this a bit smaller for now, actually. So render entries, so we can just call this entry wrapper maybe. So, oops, this is gonna be a style component actually. I'm just using style components for convenience at this point. Div. Okay. So we want to style this. Let's just apply some basic style, see how it looks. Even so we can add some padding as well. Some kind of divisor. Can try that. find the text. The text is like kind of hidden. Okay. What if it? Yeah. Well, that looks very ugly because the video is actually portrait, so that is not the best. Yeah. What if? Yeah, I think it would be good if we put this on top. Yeah, I don't know really. Not very creative.